my favorite for several reasons. First of all, this lift hits your posterior chain like no other. And what I mean by posterior chain, that's your entire backside. Also, until I really started concentrating on getting stronger in my deadlift, I was still having back issues. And the best thing about a deadlift is when I'm done lifting, I feel like a total badass. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you every progression that we use here for a deadlift. Because we want to keep you safe, so it's really important to make sure that you properly progress before you actually go to a straight bar and do a traditional deadlift, which is what I'm going to show you today. So normally what you would want to start with to practice, if you've never done a deadlift before, is maybe take a dowel like this. I'm going to show you from the side because I want to show you my back position because it's really important that you keep a nice straight back. So what you want to do is hold this dowel right against your thighs. I'm going to bring my shoulders up and press them down and back just to make sure I get my shoulders in the right position. I'm going to hold them down and back, straight arms to the side, and I'm going to actually run this dowel along my legs, and I'm going to hinge at my hips and bring it all the way down past my knees. Now I have a soft knee, but I'm not going into a squat. This is a deadlift position, and I'm actually feeling a stretch in my hamstrings right now. Now I'm going to keep a nice proud chest and come right back up. Down and up. Okay, so what I don't want to see, and I'm going to show you with the dowel because position is so important here and so is your form. I have a back issues, and I wouldn't want to see anyone get hurt if they're not doing a deadlift properly. So I'm keeping myself safe by just using the dowel. So what I don't want to see is someone kind of bending over and now bending at your waist. This is your waist over here, and I'm bending at my waist, and you can see how rounded my back is. And I'm going to hold the dowel away from me. So this is what you do not want to do when you're deadlifting. Okay, what I want to see is shoulders back, dowel is pressed against my thighs, and now I'm going to run it alongside, and I'm going to push my hips way back. And if you notice, the dowel is right across my legs. This keeps the weight in line with my center of gravity, so it's not pulling me out over here. And my shoulders are nice and back. Okay? And once you feel like you've mastered that, I'm going to show you a few different types of deadlifts. Here we're going to start with number one, which is a goat bag deadlift. So we're going to do it with a kettlebell, and I like to actually lace my fingers through the kettlebell handle like so, and I'll show you from the side. So I'm going to hold the kettlebell a little bit at an angle, and I'm going to hold it right below my navel. And what you want to do here that's very important is keep the shoulders back. My feet are hip width apart, and now I'm going to hinge at my hips. Keeping my shoulders back, looking straight ahead, or you can look a little towards the floor. Just make sure that your head is in a neutral position and your shoulders stay back. You don't want to round over here. Shoulders stay back and hinge forward. Now some of you may find it a little bit awkward to hold the kettlebell like that, and that's okay. You can also hold it at the handles this way. Just make sure, like I said, it's right below your navel and you're hinging at your hips and not at the waistline. Down and back. From the front, you're going to grab the handles here, and again, you're going to push the hips back. Keep a nice proud chest, shoulders are pinned back, and you're going to push through your heels, hinging your hips forward. My hips go back, and now they're forward. Okay, I'm going to show you from the side what that looks like. The kettlebell is right between my legs. Grab it, shoulders are back. I'm going to look forward, nice proud chest. And my hips are way behind me. And I'm going to push through my heels, my hips go forward. Now some people might have a little difficulty getting down so far that you end up having to go down through your knees a little bit more, or you end up rounding to increase your range of motion. So what I like to do is if for some reason you don't have all that range of motion, is you could just take the kettlebell and lift it off the ground. So right here, I have a couple of plates. You could use a plate, you could use a small stool. Wherever you feel comfortable with your range of motion, that your back doesn't start to round, that's where you can start. So again, I have the kettlebell somewhere between the middle of my legs. I'm going to grab it, hinge way back. So my hips are here, I'm hinging back. Grab the handles and pull. Push through your heels and back down. Okay, so until you increase your range of motion, you can bring it up higher and work your way down. So now we're going to move on to a traditional deadlift with the straight bar, which is my absolute favorite. Again, position is very, very important here. You want to make sure that you're hinging from your hips and not from your waist. Too many times I go to the gym and I see someone bending over like this going to pick up the bar. I won't even attempt that with the bar. I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want you to either. So what we're going to do is you're going to position your feet halfway under the straight bar. So right now the bar is midway over my foot, and I'm going to bend over, and again hinging from my hips, I'm going to grab the bar. I'm going to look straight ahead now, and I'm going to pull my shoulders back and they're straight, and you notice my back is nice and flat, and I'm going to really concentrate on driving my heels through the ground and pushing my hips forward. So now I'm going to drive and back down the same way, and if you notice, the bar is very close to my legs. I'm actually skimming my thighs, so I recommend either wearing long pants or sweatpants. All right, see it again. So if you noticed, ladies, especially the ones who are always asking me, what can I do to get my triceps nice and firm? I hope you could tell that while I was doing the deadlifts, my triceps were really engaged, my entire upper back was really working, and I was driving through my heels, hinging my hips, and squeezing my glutes at the top to get a nice extension of the hips there.